Okay, guys, so today I'm going to go over the trades I took on Thursday and on Friday this week. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to talk about my daily bias first, what I was looking before market open, and what caused me to enter into the markets. So let's get in here. Put my thing right here. Okay, so on the left here, we have NQ here, and then we got ES over here. I compare them the same time. I look at both of them while I'm trading. So let's get to Thursday here. Here's Thursday, this little red line. I mark off the start of every day. I mark out 9:30 open and 9:50 for the macro. That's right before the 4-hour and the 1-hour close. So let's get into what I was noticing on NQ here on Thursday. I saw that we were near this low and also tapping into this fair value gap. And we had this low here, which is a target. Definitely for later in the week. And then on ES, we already took that same exact low. So we were forming a high time frame SMT divergence. So let me just mark that out. Bang. Bang. So I was just keeping count of that. Like if NQ did not want to pump through this, I obviously thought we wanted to go a little bit higher. So looking on the 1 hour, what would I want to target here? We got this fair value gap here as a target. We got these highs, and then my overall bias was these highs. Going in, imagine you can't see the price to the right here. I was seeing this as in boom, we swept this, we tap into this 1 hour. Yes, we had exact same, a little 1 hour fair value gap here. And we had this high and this high up here. And basically kind of the same bias on ES here. We just swept this. We're kind of NQ. It's kind of far from this next one. Like probably going to go higher. So my bias for the day was pretty much I wanted a retrace before we went lower. And on the 4 hour, we were actually sweeping these lows and then down to here, but not actually these lows. Okay? So then I went down to the 15-minute just to check to see there was anything. And then also on the 15-minute, we had this high that lined up with that, which is always huge dubs. So that was basically my target for the day, because if we tapped into that 1 hour, I knew price had a great opportunity to go lower. So go down into the actual trade that I took on Thursday is I saw us sweep this. We started, so we had the SMT divergence here. We sweep this. We got this 5-minute fair value gap here to inverse to go higher, right? So I saw this. So I went down on the 1 minute. Where's this? That's Friday. Let's go to Thursday. Way over here. This is like the most annoying part when you're trying to show your trades. So we had that 5-minute. So actually, after we swept this, swept these lows, tapped in that 1 hour, what I liked about this trade, the reason I was able to enter early is because we had this SMT, and then we also formed another SMT here, which like obviously these are 1 minute, so they don't matter as much. But the fact that boom, we come up, we tap this, we start coming back down, a little V-shaped recovery. So we just reswept these 1 minute lows, and then instantly after doing so, we displace higher. I actually took longs right here. My bias was higher, and I was willing to take TP1 here, and then TP2 is going to be here. But yeah, I basically held to this high, and then overall stop could have been here. And as you can see, it ended up playing out. But on all my accounts, I was up so much by the time we pushed to this original high. That's 135 ticks. I was up a lot on my funded accounts. I copy trade them all with Tradecopia, and at that point, I just closed my position and was happy for the day on that. So that is the trade I took on NQ. Took that off, break a structure right here, close. It's gonna go higher, in my opinion. It's just I really like taking trades off. Like if price goes, oh, let's redo that. If price goes like this. I'm wanting higher. It sweeps this, but then it kind of goes like this, and then like gets a little break. I don't like that. That's too slow. I like when price does like this, maybe resweeps, manipulates some 5-minute, 1-minute lows or something, and say there's something in here, and it like it closing way up here. It makes you have to make your stop a little bigger for your targets, but I just noticed when price is actually like hardly displacing, like when you go bang, like bang, 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 and it's like boom, and just displaces, it's like I'm willing to take this trade to, let's say there's like a high up here, I'm willing to take that with like a 1-to-1 to 1-to-2 with bigger stops. You just manage your risk accordingly. And those have been, even if it comes back down a little bit, normally overall it plays out. As you can see here, we displaced extremely hard off this boom, and then instantly, we rip up 60 points. We get a little chop down, and then, we deliver. Barely in drawdown. Actually, I guess that next candle I was in drawdown for a second, but that was the trade. You could also, if you're being ultra patient, waited for this 5-minute to get inversed or this to get inversed. If you're wanting to be patient, a little more patient, you can enter it off this and stops here. But then I would have held my targets to here, so you'd have been stuck in this chop for a little bit. But the trade played out still, so whatever you're more comfortable taking, I was willing to risk on that trade. So let's delete this, delete this. Delete that, delete that, delete that. And delete that, and delete that. Okay, that was a trade I took on Thursday. I think I ended up making like 600, 700 across all my accounts. Yeah, let's delete, delete that. And then going into Friday, what sucked is on Friday, Friday didn't suck. Friday was amazing, but I wanted, as you can see, we've been like kind of chopping up before market open, and I saw this, and I was like, let me increase this. I was like, bang, bang, winner, winner, chicken dinner, bro. Like, this is going to be the freest trade ever. I was going to get out market open and just absolutely steal money from the markets, basically. Like, all this is just low resistance, easy to bust through liquidity. And look at this. This is the most textbook trade ever. We take out this high and instantly, bang, inverse this fair value gap and just dump lower, right? Like if you took it, if you are willing to take trades off market open, look at that IFVG setup, look at that entry, look at that stop. Like you literally made infinite money. Could have targeted all the way down here. Like infinite money glitch right there. But I wait closer to the macro to take my trades. I like waiting till like 9:40ish. After 9:40, I'm more open to enter trades. I don't like taking trades before that, purely because it's closer to the macro. And I've been manipulated a lot in that beginning price action, and I've not back tested it enough to truly know like how profitable I am in that. And then also right off market open, we formed this SMT, so I was already extremely bearish on the day. So, and it's a Friday, so like once it makes up its mind on what direction it's going, most likely going to continue that trend. Fridays don't normally drop this much and then rotate higher. So my main targets on NQ was, if you go on the higher time frame, we had this low. That ES already took a while back to form that SMT to cause the retrace to then pump lower. So I was willing, to target this low was like main target of the day. And then my secondary target was these lows right here. The 1 hour, it was these. So what I waited for was, as you can see, go down to the 5-minute. Actually, that got taken out. So it was these lows was one of my targets. Well, I did like the setup I saw early market open. These were easy targets if you trade at market open. But did not like that, so I was waiting for a retrace to go lower, and that's exactly what I got. We filled this 5-minute perfectly. We also had equilibrium here, if you like that. So we tap into that, and then I'm down in the 1-minute. Looking for my entry, and all I needed after filling up in here, And like a lot of people probably got stopped out off this, you know. They were like, "Oh, we just took out that low. We just took out that low in NQ. Want to go higher." But with the draws that we have below, there is no reason for you to be going higher. If anything, if price was to go higher, you should just have sat on your hand and not taken a trade. Like, it is just so obvious. Like, we instantly sweep out all this. And also, if you look at ES, it actually never swept out all that low resistance liquidity and then came back up. So that should have been another obvious, like, hey, we want to go lower. And then we also had these lows as well. So, I mean, after that, I was waiting, sitting on my hands. And then I saw this little break of structure right here out of the 5-minute fair value gap. That was perfect for me. I entered here. My stops at this high. TP1 was here. TP2 was here. And so I closed all my prop firms here besides Top Step, kept my Top Step accounts running. I was up a ton of money here on my live account and on my 28 funded accounts that I'm trading. So up a bunch of money there. So I just closed. That was like, I mean, look at it. It just literally dumped to this, right? But while I was waiting for these lows to get taken out, I was on a walk, literally just like walking, drinking a little energy drink, you know, vibing. And I saw this. We tapped while we were just sitting there chopping above these. Like, this was the draw. Like, this was obviously the draw. Like, we were going to take this out at some point. It was just going to be choppy. So, like, if you got caught up in this trying to take shorts, like, we never, like, if you were to take shorts off anything, like, why would you take a short off this break here going down when price never tapped into anything? Like, yeah, you got this candle that swept, but then look what it did for the next candle. Nothing special, no breaks. It was just chop, 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 chop. But then look, once it came up here, look at that. Displaced right here. Guess what I did? Bang. I threw in another position. So I took partials on Top Step here. And then I moved my stops to break even. And then once it came up and did this, I added and moved my new break even was perfectly at these highs. So I was literally in this trade free. But I added cons here. In that second position, I closed at these lows. So I was able to add a whole nother almost 2 RR trade to my Top Steps. And I ended up making 2.1K across all 4 of those accounts. And with those 2 days alone, like the beginning of this week, I kind of sucked. I took some bad trades, and I ended up taking 2 trades actually, which is just breaking my rules a little bit. But I thought I had the setup, and I was like, I'm going to make my money back. And I ended up losing double what I normally do. And that hurt me. You know, that hurt, like, you know, the whole model. I'd be up a lot more. But with Thursday, and then now Friday, the trade I took, and this ad here, my top 2 accounts were up. They're at 6,000 each. And end up taking 2.95. So, like, basically 3,000 per account. So up 12,000 on those, which is awesome. But look, I mean, Friday was generational wealth, guys. I mean, look at this. I mean, we dumped 500 points in one day on a Friday. That's insane. But I'm glad I got these ads here. Could have literally targeted anything. But also, what I'm thinking for Monday, obviously, you know, I would like us to at least come up to, get that off here, come up to these. I'd like to see us possibly sweep this, maybe get like a retrace and then move up, but just going to let price do its thing over Sunday night and get back on here Monday. And then after I trade, let me make this bigger. Even if I don't take a trade on Monday, I'm still going to post these trade recaps daily. Let me know if you want me to go into specifics and anything more. I'm going to start doing like strategy videos or like things I've noticed in my trading and like what caused me from 6 months ago not making money to right now. I'm currently at 20,000 for this month, and last month I made 40,000. I'm up $60,000 in 2 months, and it's absolutely insane. And there's a couple things that have changed. One of my biggest things is what I was showing you in the beginning. Let me just show you all that again. I'm gonna do it right here on NQ. So basically, if you got like a fair value gap, right, and price is going like this, and say you're bearish in the scenario and you're targeting like this low down here, I'm not gonna enter if price does this and then sweeps it. I don't like that at all. That's just terrible delivery. But if price sweeps this like 15-minute or 1 hour high, and then boom, cranks through it. I want there to be a fair value gap, and it's like it's a lubed up fair value gap. Like I want it to rip through these. And if it's not doing that, it's not A plus to me. That's like one of my biggest changes is like I need to see price delivering in the direction. Yes, my stop losses have been like if it chopped and then broke, I could put my stop here. But when I was doing that, I was getting stopped out and then it was having the displacement. Because when it causes me to wait like this, sometimes it'll go like this. It'll resweep this high, form a new one, and then it'll displace through it, and then I enter. And then bang, catch this trade instead of getting stopped out. So that's just like the biggest thing. You can this applies also with like breakage structure. So maybe you're in a downtrend and you're wanting to break this high. If it goes like barely close it, like something like that, no. But if it and your target's like here, dude, it's gonna just run there. Like, and if you enter here and it comes down a little bit and then goes like bang, you can also wait for equilibrium after that break and then go higher if you want to. Whatever you prefer. Don't take like everything I say 100%. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take what I'm saying for value gaps, IFVGs, you know, breakage structures, equilibrium, 1 hour, 4 hour, all this type of stuff. But like, I want you to apply it in your trading. I want you to see what works for you, what you make money with, what you are successful with. And yeah, guys, that's going to be the video for today. I'm going to continue to drop these weekly. And then also on the weekends, not this weekend, I'm getting baptized tomorrow, which is amazing. But not this weekend, but next weekend, or just on days where I have extra free time, I'm going to drop like psychology videos or what caused me to go from not making money to making money, or like what's some of the biggest things I've been looking for in my trading and just stuff like that. I'm just going to drop my brain every single day on the charts. And also, I think this is going to make me a better trader too, because I'm going to continue to analyze my trading, analyze what I'm doing, continue to post trade recaps, forcing myself to go over my strategy, forcing myself to like think of the actual reasons why I entered that trade. So hopefully y'all have a good one. Hopefully you can learn something from this and continue grinding in your trading career. And I promise you, you're going to make some money.